I'm going to go into my class here. So the first thing you might want to do is customize how yours looks. And you can change the theme by clicking on this link over here. And then there's a number of stock images that you can use. I haven't looked into it that much, I don't believe there's a way for you to bring in your own photo. But I think there's a good number of options there that will suit most tastes. All right, so once you're in, this is kind of what your page looks like. And mine has a few assignments. So your default page is your stream page. And you can select your different pages from this menu here. I'm going to start on the About page. And this is something that they added after the initial launch. Yep?
Can you just, what does stream mean? Is that just like a main outline? Or?
Yeah, it's as things are posted, and we're going to cover this page in a little more detail later, but as things are posted, like if you do post an announcement or an assignment, which are the two things that you can post, then they collect in that stream, and it's kind of like a running log of all the things that are done. And then there's upcoming assignments or due dates in this panel over here. Yep. So I wanted to start with the About page because this is where you can modify your information, provide any kind of standard materials like your syllabus. Let's say you had a folder of reference resources or docs or links to tools that you use in your classroom. Let's say you also use a blog, or you have your personal website, or you use Moodle or something like that. You could add that information here by clicking Add Materials. And then you could choose a link. You could do a folder from your Google Drive. Actually, that's a file, sorry. You could do a link, YouTube video. You could do a YouTube video intro of yourself. So just turn on your webcam and say, hey, I'm Mr. Steenstra, welcome to English. This is going to be awesome, let's go. And that might be a cool way to personalize and provide a way for students, parents, others to see who you are, you know. And I believe, I didn't try and edit these. I don't know if these are editable. The room is, so if I go up here and edit it, I put wherever soul and computer connect, but you'd obviously put like room, whatever your room is, and you can describe what your class is all about. And then for my intro to me, I just put a weird picture of us being goofy.
Can you share a course with two teachers that both have editing nice enough?
That isn't possible, as far as I know. If you wanted to do that, one option would be have your Google Apps administrator create like a new Google Apps account for you. So let's say if you and Marcus wanted to do one, it could be called like Deja Shayla at KentInnovationHigh.org, and then you would both use that login to access the course. Okay. Yeah, and that's the best thing I could think of just offhand. All right, any questions on the About page? Okay, it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to switch over to the student page now. And this is where you can, one, check your class code. That is what students will use to self-enroll. So rather than you having to like get your rosters and upload files or enter them manually, ideally I would recommend bringing students to the computer lab or whatever your situation is and having them enroll in the course so that when they go from that main page and click join a class, they just enter that code and then they're in that course. And you can see from this page who's in your course. So I just have one student right now. And you could click this checkbox to remove them or email them, or you can click this icon to email them directly from here. So if you realize that a kid's sloughing and needs to get on the ball, you can email them and say, "Hey," and send them like a thread or something, right? Because that's probably acceptable. You can also invite people by clicking on that blue invite box. And this will bring up all of your contacts, so all the people you have contacted. But if you click this box up here, then you can choose your directory. And depending on how your domain is set up, that should be all of the students and people that you have.
You can search for students.
Yep, so in this search field up here, I know it's a little faint. You can just start typing people's names and then hit enter, and then you can see all those people. And then check, boom. And then
You have to go through student by student, it's not,
if you wanted to enroll them yourself.
okay.
Yep, that's why I would recommend having them self-enroll so that you wouldn't have to go through that. But in a lot of cases, you might have a student that missed or a student who comes late, and then this is where you could add them yourself if you wanted to.
If you already have a class list for that group,
Mm-hmm.
like for, an email list, do you just choose that group and then invite them all?
If you have a group created already in your Google Apps, it accesses your comments or your contacts. So these are all just test groups that I've made. So if you said, let's say if you go into Google Apps and create your first hour contacts group, then you could choose that and invite them all in one fell swoop as well. Yep, that's a good point.
When
Yeah.
they put that code in, they'll get a different interface or whatever to put that code in?
Yeah, yep. Like when they go to classroom.google.com, they'll say I'm a student, and then they'll click that plus sign, and it'll say join class, and then they'll click join class, and then they'll be prompted to enter that code, and then
So this
They'll be
student
brought
is
in.
really for our management.
right. Yep. Yeah. Students won't have this page. They will have that stream and the about link for them to look at.
If you already said this, once they join, are they prompted to put in their email address as well?
It automatically is collected because they have to be logged into their Google account in order to get to that anyway. Yep. So if somebody tries, like somebody outside of your domain tries to enter that code, it'll say you don't have access to this course. Like if they try to do it with their personal Gmail or something like that.
Or a parent tries to.
Yeah, or if a parent tried to, unless they are under your school's email account or your Google account, it won't let them in. Yep. So you might get a rogue student who is messing around and gets your enrollment key, like you teach 8th grade and some 6th grade is like, I'm going to join the class. In here, and if you click this box, you can also remove kids. So if kids transfer from your class and you don't want them in there, you can boot them out or email them and chastise them from here too. Whatever you prefer. If you do remove students and they already have created assignments, their folder and documents will remain in your Google Drive. So you would just have, if you wanted to remove them out, you'd have to remove it from there too. We'll look at that also when we look at the folder structure.